Todd Young Online presents Young Tales. Tales for the young and the young at heart. Today's story, Bulfinch's Mythology, Stories of Gods and Heroes, the story of Minerva. Now, Minerva, the goddess of wisdom, was the daughter of Jupiter. Legend tells that she sprang fully formed and clad in armor from his forehead. She governed both the practical and ornamental arts, overseeing agriculture and navigation for men, as well as spinning, weaving, and needlework for women. A formidable warrior, she championed only defensive warfare, detesting the bloodlust and brutality of Mars. Athens, the city named in her honor, was awarded to her after a contest with Neptune. In the time of King Cecrops, the two deities vied for dominion over the city, each offering a gift to humankind. Neptune presented the horse, a symbol of strength and speed. Minerva, in turn, bestowed the olive tree, a source of sustenance, oil, and peace. The gods deemed her gift superior, securing Athens as her sacred city, known to the Greeks as Athene. Yet Minerva was once challenged by a mortal. Arachne, a maiden of extraordinary skill in weaving and embroidery, was so talented that even the nymphs left their groves and fountains to admire her work. Her art was not only exquisite upon completion, but mesmerizing in its creation. Observers would marvel at the way she transformed raw wool into fine threads, carding it to a softness like clouds, spinning it with her deft fingers, and weaving intricate patterns into her loom. So perfect was her craft that many believed the goddess herself had taught her, but Arachne denied this and scorned the idea of being a mere pupil, declaring, "Let Minerva compete with me. If I am defeated, I shall accept the consequences." Minerva, hearing such arrogance, was displeased. Disguising herself as an old woman, she sought out Arachne and offered her wise counsel. "I have seen much in my time," she said. "Take my advice, challenge mortals as you will, but do not dare compete with a goddess. Rather, seek Minerva's forgiveness. She is merciful and may pardon your bold words." Arachne ceased her spinning and regarded the old woman with contempt. "Save your advice for your daughters and servants," she retorted. "I stand by my words and do not fear the goddess. Let her face me if she dares." At this, Minerva cast off her disguise and revealed herself in divine splendor. The nymphs and bystanders bowed in reverence, yet Arachne remained defiant. A flicker of uncertainty passed over her features. Her cheeks flushed, then paled, but she did not waver. Minerva, seeing no purpose in further warnings, accepted the challenge. Each took their place before the loom, securing their threads to the beam. The shuttles darted between the warp, the fine-toothed reeds pressing the weft into place. Their hands moved with swift precision, weaving tapestries of stunning intricacy. Rich Tyrian dyes blended seamlessly with others, their gradations so masterful that the eye could not discern where one hue ended and another began. Their craftsmanship rivaled the rainbow itself, with colors melting into each other like sunlight through a misted shower. Minerva wove a tapestry depicting her contest with Neptune. In the central scene, 12 Olympian gods sat in judgment, with Jupiter presiding in solemn majesty. Neptune stood with his trident, having struck the earth, from which a magnificent horse had sprung forth. Minerva, helmed and adorned with her aegis, displayed the olive tree she had gifted to humanity. At each corner of the tapestry, she wove cautionary tales of mortals who had dared to defy the gods and suffered for their hubris, a warning to Arachne of the perilous path she had chosen. Arachne, however, wove scenes of divine folly, depicting the gods' many deceptions and misdeeds. She illustrated Leda, embracing the swan that concealed Jupiter, Danae, imprisoned in her brazen tower, yet seduced by Jupiter in a shower of gold. Europa lured onto the back of a bull, another disguise of Jupiter, and carried away across the sea. The scenes were so lifelike that the figures seemed poised to move. Europa's longing gaze toward the shore, her silent plea to her companions, and her shudder at the rolling waves were rendered with breathtaking realism. Despite the irreverence of Arachne's work, Minerva could not deny its brilliance. Yet her admiration was tainted with wrath at the mortal's audacity. In a final act of judgment, she struck the tapestry with her shuttle, tearing it apart, and then touched Arachne's forehead, instilling within her a deep and unbearable shame. Overcome, Arachne fled and, in despair, took her own life by hanging. Minerva, moved to pity, intervened. "Live," she decreed, "but let your punishment serve as a lesson for all time." She sprinkled Arachne with aconite's bitter juice, and transformation began. Her hair fell away, her nose and ears vanished, and her body shrank, her limbs thinning until they were fit only for spinning the threads of her new existence. From that moment, Arachne and her descendants were doomed to weave forever, suspended in the air by the very skill that had sealed her fate, for Minerva had turned her into the first spider. And here's where we end for today. Young Tales is produced and narrated by Todd Young from Todd Young Online. If you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe and join us next time for another story. Thank you for your support.